because of course, you know, if you want the facts about politics and world events, if you really want to get to grips with what's going on in the world, you should turn to mid-90s Generation Game host Jim Davidson. Howdy folks, greetings and welcome. Now, last week I done a video about how Labour are going to have to deal with the oncoming attacks coming their way from the gutter press. I mean, last week it mainly revolved around Angela Rayner's outfit. There's not much substance in that one really, is there? As I said in that video, you know, criticise Labour. If they don't do a good job, I'll be there with you. But criticising, it's pretty desperate, isn't it? Just criticising Angela Rayner's outfit. You haven't really got much substance. But anyway, it evolves, it moves on, and this week the big one is prisoner release. Starmer's letting pedos out on the street. Do these people do like the slightest bit of research on these topics before they open their mouth? Do they just look at the title, the headline, and just move on? I mean, seriously, do you honestly think that Starmer's sitting there going, Ange, what should we do today? Release a couple of pedos? Couple of pedos? Yeah, get the prison service on the call. All right, lads, can you release 5 pedos from each prison, please? 5 pedos? Yeah, done. Is that what you think they're doing? Or is it more the case that they've just inherited 14 years of the prison service slowly in decay, Tory austerity where prison guard numbers have been cut, Tories basically not doing anything about rehabilitation or finding out why so much of our population are going to prison, done nothing to improve poverty in this country, which we know is the driving force for criminality. He's just inherited 14 years of that. Do you honestly expect that Keir Starmer can just suddenly whip up a couple of thousand prison cells out of his arsehole in 7 days? No, he can't do that. It's going to take years. It's going to take years to unfold 14 years of pure decay in this country. And the prison service is one of the main factors, one of the biggest examples of how far we've fallen in this country. So they're looking at ways of maybe everyone doesn't have to go to prison. You know, do we have to send non-violent people for drug possession, or homeless people if they smell bad, or people that are protesting too loud in the street like the Tories put into law? You know, he's looking at things like this. Rehabilitation. Why are so many people that are coming out of prison going straight back into prison? He's trying to be proactive and look at the options, whereas the Tories just, oh well, you know, if we make more prisons private, which they have done, more and more prisons are in the private sector now, maybe we could just make a few quid out of it like the Americans do. That was their prison policy. I mean, come on, people. The other big one this week was their announcement that they're stopping all the drilling for oil contracts. People are losing their mind over that. They're not going to be drilling for any more oil. Good. Good. Again, common sense decisions. Yes, of course, we shouldn't be moving forward with an ancient dinosaur theory of how to fuel our cars when the future is obviously a mixture of electric, hydrogen and synthetic fuels. Why would we keep on drilling for fossil fuels, fracking for gas? These people losing their mind. This is what I've always said about the climate change thing. Okay, if you want to be a climate change denier or whatever, fine. But at least surely you must know that fossil fuels are not infinite. They will run out eventually. So it makes sense to start moving and transitioning to alternatives and stop drilling for more oil. But the other argument is, what about the jobs? You cut all these oil companies, you're going to lose thousands of jobs. I often wonder whether these people, if they were in Nazi Germany in the 40s when Auschwitz was discovered, were shouting that out around then. Yeah, it's all well and good getting rid of Auschwitz, but what about all the prison guard jobs? What about all this incinerator production jobs? They're all going to lose out. They'll find other jobs, these people that work in the oil industry. There's plenty going in wind farms at the moment, up in that production. Nonsense. Another one I saw this week. Good old Jim Davidson, never fails video. Migrants are celebrating a Labour victory. Because of course, you know, if you want the facts about politics and world events, if you really want to get to grips with what's going on in the world, you should turn to mid-90s Generation Game host Jim Davidson.
Behind them and try and make the country laugh when they cock up, because they will cock up. They're Labour. They want the people to work really, really hard, save lots of money, and then they'll take that money and they'll give it to people who've never worked at all. That's what it's all about. You can hear now, I hear reports in Calais this morning, the beaches at Calais, which are normally cold and wet and drizzly and horrible, there's now thousands on those beaches, and it's like a party at Ibiza.
Any evidence for that, Jim? Any evidence at all? Have you got any video footage, maybe, of these folks supposedly celebrating in Calais? Did you go over and do any interviews or anything like that? Or no, you just thought, well, they're probably celebrating. They're probably all on the beaches right now discussing in depth the British election. So obviously they're going to be celebrating. Just pulled that straight out your arse, Jim, didn't you? Absolutely. And this is the problem. And this goes over to the overriding theme of my video today, which is people just blindly believe, still just blindly believe everything they see. I mean, loads of people probably didn't even watch that Jim Davidson video, just saw the title, Immigrants Celebrating on Calais, Labour Victory. And that's in their head now, thousands of people. That fact, that small little fact is in their head. And this is how this stuff works. And same thing, about a week ago, I nearly got into, this happens quite often, I nearly got into an argument with my stepmum. We used to get into massive arguments during Brexit, and I just came to the conclusion, look, I just can't talk politics to you anymore. For an easy life, I can't do it. So I always just bite my lip now whenever I go around there. But this was just before the election, we were talking about the election, talking about Starmer. And she said, oh, I can't vote for him. He got off those Rotherham grooming gangs. He got them off. He got them off. He got them off. Did he? Any evidence in that statement where you're getting this claims from? I had to bite my lip. I just have to, because otherwise it's just an endless argument. But people just blindly believe everything they read on Twitter. That grooming gang case, yeah, Keir Starmer was the head of prosecutions at the time, but the grooming gang, it went out because they didn't have enough evidence to prosecute, not because Keir Starmer thought, oh, let's let him off, shall we? Let's let him off. This is the thing. And my stepmom suffers from this all the time. She just reads some shit on Twitter and it gets lodged in her brain and it never leaves. Oh, I can't vote for Starmer because he saved the grooming gang. She even thought like he was in court, like fighting their cause. It's just, oh God. And you know, I don't have an issue with the kids. I think the kids are switched on with this stuff. They're really switched on with this stuff. They know what the deal is. But the adults, there needs to be some kind of adult education about thinking critically about what you read, especially with Twitter, especially because, you know, I could spend the whole day just picking up anything that I want to do on Twitter to persuade people against Rishi Sunak. I can do that all day, and I can do exactly the same. I need to turn around there actually, against Sunak, against Starmer. If you've got the time, you've got the patience, you can just pump out shit about anyone you want. Anyway, I'm going on a bit of a tangent now, guys. I think I'll leave it there because I need to concentrate on where I'm going, because I've already gone the wrong way. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, folks, click a like. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe up top. There'll be another video, you can check that out as well. Till next time, take care.